right, you're welcome back again. So in this session, we want to look at SQL with how accessing database management system (DBMS), okay, with SQL. So this is very important, very powerful because most times your data may not come directly from normal tables that we have been looking at all this while. It may want to come from RDBMS, Machine Database Management System. Want to come from server, from maybe uh, SQL Server, MySQL Server, Oracle, DBase, and any other ones. Want to come from access. You may not correct, so you need to know how to extract, how to fetch the data from server, or you may be as a good data scientist. You may want to somebody people company may need your help to pull database. I mean, tables from their server, from the database, so that they can use it for proper maybe analysis or reporting or whatever. So you should be able to help them out. What you just need is the information that will be provided here. Then from there you can now pull the table out from database. Database is a very broad concept, but at least it comes with several objects, including tables. So if you know the database name, then you can query database and bring the table out from it. Then use the table or tables, whichever as the case may be. All right, so you need to install these two packages first. Okay, that is if you are using SMS Access. For example, you need this RODBC. All right, but if you are using MySQL database, you need to install this. So say I have MySQL server configured, all right, which is running, let's say on my local server, local web server. So I have that configured. So I have a database already on it, which already configured. So I will connect to it from here and to see how to pull out table from it. So if you are using MS Access, just load this library, load it here, all right. Then first create ODBC DSN to connect to the data. If you have, of course, you should understand how to use MS Access first. This is not a session to teach how to use MS Access, okay? Database in Microsoft Offices, you can just open it and create database. Create database and create tables. Right? It's very easy. All right. So, but when you are done creating your table in MS Access, you need to now create what is called ODBC. We call it a DSN. It means data source name. How do you do that? Just go to ODBC. From your type your ODBC here to show you this. Right? Just click on it. All right. Then here use user DSN. Okay. Then here you select MS Access. All right. So you have MS Access here, which I already created. So just click on it and click on Add. All right. On Add. Then here you just click on it. So because you already have one already, so you just configure. Okay, because now you can configure your own. So here you select your database you have created, MS Access, browse it here. You give a name for your DSN. DSN, this is a data source name. You give a name. Okay, I already have one. I have one already, so I don't need to create another one. So just select your database from your browser directory where you save your documents. You save it, you browse it there. And you are a student, all right, already created. Then you now click on OK when you are done. So that's how to create a DSN from ODBC. So when you are done with that, just click OK there. You can now connect to it here. For example, if I run this, for example, now run this library, and if I connect to this ODBC connection DSN now, you can click on this line to connect to my database access. I have a table called students there. I can say query one equal to select all from student. I want to query the student database, for example, student table rather. So I click here, it's connected. I can now pull result. I can say result equal to this. So if I do like this, you may have created, I've connected, I've created. So I've already pulled or something else. So it means it is stored in result. So if I want to see my result now, for example, I want to see what I have pulled out. What is the table name? I just say result. And if I just type result here, for example, result here, let's say result here, to be able to show my table. Can you see? ID, name, age. This is what I store in MS Access. Okay, that's what is pulling down for me. But that's not where that when you want to go to a MySQL server. All right. Then when you're done, you close the connection. Okay. Database. So let's go to SQL server now to see how to do the same better. So don't forget you install this first. Then you run the library to load it. Then now what you are going to need to this is just a variable name. Okay. You can create another variable name you want. I call it con, which means connection. All right. So, and this function comes from this R MySQL called dbcon, database connection. So just db connect and open it. You pass in first MySQL, put and close, comma, which means we are using SQL, MySQL. Then username, call user, because the username is root. Okay, root as username. This general username in MySQL actually. Password is empty. If you have password, you just pass here to the server. So then DB name, the database name is called student DB. Right, that's the database name. Then host means local host. In the case of you are using a global database, a global server, the host here will be IP address. Okay, IP address. So it won't be just a local host because mine is local host. That's why I'm using local host here. Your own will be having a proper IP address. Okay, so just supply the IP address from the server. Then you click on connect. Just run it. If it's okay, then it will connect automatically. Okay, without error. So there's no error. That's connected to my server because my server is running. So let's now query now. Let's say, okay, let's query select all from students. I have table name called student as well there. And the student, I create a new query called students, which I now pass my query to. All right. So this db query connects this. I pass this con here. I pass it here. Con. Then I pass my query here. All right. So to see. So if I run this line of code now, I'll be able to. So that's connected to my database now. All right, to my server. So I want to see the first 6 row in the student table. So I can just say run this line, head students. You can see here it's ID, you have ID, you have name, you have age, gender, race, height, weight. So these are my columns in my table called students in my MySQL server database. All right. So I can do better. I can not just to put out the student name, can also update directly from the server directly. So if you are able to connect to the server, it means you can do multiple strokes, you can do multiple operations directly on the server. That server may be maybe a long distance since you can connect online with a necessary connection strings, which is your username, password, and the IP address. Then you can manipulate the server. I mean the database of the server. You can operate on it. You can perform a data manipulation operation like a update and the rest. So let's say query 2 equals to update students, set race equal to black, where ID equal to 1. So here ID is equal to 1, race is equal to black already. So let's say race is equal to Asian, where ID equal to 1. You can see here ID equal to 1. Then we have name is Joe, age 20, male, black. All right. You can also say and female and gender equals to female. Can combine multiple condition together. All right. So, but then let's leave one for now and test one. You know, this one is black already, so we want to change to Asia. So here ID is equal to 1. That's what we are trying to do. So if you run this line of query, it's run. So we can now say students that has been done. This query 2 is already passé. So how do we see this result? Okay, we go back and now and query out again. We have to query again, right? So let's query again. Query again. So we want to select now. Select, right? So let's say first 6 row. Can you see ID1 Asia? Okay, can you see from black to Asia for ID1 has changed? Okay, so you can also further insert record. Okay, directly into the database. You can create new record. Okay, let's see how many record we have so far. Let's see total. We have dim. Let me say, okay, dim student. We have 46 row, 7 column. This 7 column we have 46 row, right? So let's say that we have 46 row. Okay, just let me leave it for now. Then we want to insert record now to how to make it 47. So let's say query 3, insert into student. That is a SQL command to insert into student table. Then what are the variable name. The ID is not included because ID is auto insert. Okay, it's automatic by itself. Okay, it's auto insert. So we have ID, we have name, we have age, gender, race, height, then weight. Could be in any order. Okay, but when you are passing it, you must follow the order you put here. Okay, this nothing must be in this order. Could be any order. It can be gender first, age first. So but when you are passing the data in, which is values here, then you must go with this order you put here. All right, so now we want to pass a name. We call it new name, for example. That's a new name I want to give. It's a string, so it must be in quotes. Okay, don't forget, name is a character variable, right? So it must be in quotes. We have age is number, so 25 is equal to 25. We have student male. Okay, sorry, we have gender male. Then we have race Asian. We have height 200, and then we have weight 100. So this is our new table we want to new row we want to create and add to the table. So let's run this line of code. We can run this together. Okay, so it has run. That means that it has been added. So don't forget the last record will be at the end because it's automatic. It goes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 like that. That is how it works by ID, right? So the last record will be 47 now. So in that case, we are going to do tail. Okay, so let's do tail instead of a head now. Let's query that. Let's query our database now. Query to see what is inside the query. Then let's say tail student so that you can see the last 6 record at the end. All right. So okay, we have 48 because I've inserted one before for the 7, which I deleted. So that one is gone. So it continues to 48 straight. But this is for the 7 record. Okay, the 7 record. All right. But inside the ID, continue with 48. So now we have new name. Can you see new name? We have H25, which we passed in just now. Can you see? We have male. We have 200 of height. We have 100 of weight. So these are the table we have passing. Now you can don't forget this ID is 48 now. We can delete this now. Okay. And another called the remove operation. Okay. You can say query 4 delete from student where ID equal to 48 now. So let's say ID equal to 48. I want to remove this last one that we just created, right? Then now we run this line of code. So it has been done, has been removed. All right, so now you can go back and check again. Can run this line again to see. All right, so if I run this one to query again, you see it has gone somewhere there. So we have 46 again, no more 48. All right, so that it has been deleted. So that is that. So I can now disconnect from my database from the server when I'm done. Okay. So, but when I disconnect, I still have my table students already, which I've connected to. I cannot manipulate anymore. I cannot delete. I cannot update anything. But I can see view data. Okay, so I can now save the data on local computer using write.csv. The data the students, then file name. I can call it student data. So if that one can be done, so I can have a copy on my local server, on local computer. So I don't need to connect to the server anymore. I've pulled out what I needed from the server. I've saved it on my local computer. I can now work with it to do analysis, okay, to do my reporting, whatever I want to do. So that is how you do that. So I can disconnect from the server. Now I don't want anymore. So it's done. Then I can now save this locally. So look at it now. So this one, this student, which we pull out here. So we want to save it. This is save it. Just click on save here. So already saved. So if you go to my working directory, you can see this student data there, right? You can see it here so that you can just student data, look at it here. You can open in Excel and see the result, what you have saved. Can you see here? See, can you see? So 46. All right. So that is how we work with SQL. SQL is more broad, so but at least you understand the basic how to handle SQL in how. Okay, so you can now begin to work with your table. We work with other tables, can begin to work on it very easily. So we have table already called students, which you can work with if you want. All right. Thanks so much for this section. I will see us in the next class.